Winter's greetings, my fellow knights. Now I've spent a good few days playing the winter update, I feel I'm in a position where I can give you my honest thoughts and impressions. If you follow Chivalry 2 or this channel, you'll be well aware of the clusterfuck that was the last update. I covered the worst offending bugs in my video around the time, so I was extremely anxious getting stuck into this update, wondering what would be broken this time, or which old bugs have returned to plague our enjoyment. And much to my surprise and total elation, I haven't encountered any of the old bugs that were ruining my experience. The biggest elephant in the room was the cosmetics glitch. Having your selections reset every session was infuriating and never should have resided for as long as it did. Well, thank the chivalry gods, it seems to be fixed. What a joy it is to boot up the game and just start playing with no need to spend 40 minutes giving my characters some personality. And Christ on a bike, we can actually play without a helmet. The no helmet bug, where we were all forced to wear helmets indefinitely, has been a thing for over 7 months. Unbelievable really, when you think about it. But finally, Borne found a fix, and now we can crack skulls proudly flaunting our medieval locks. Now that was two of the biggest issues I had leading into this update fixed. So let's have a closer look at the update itself and what's new. Worryingly, upon installing this update and booting up the game for the first time, my expectations were immediately tempered when I was presented with the title screen, where the new winter skins were proudly being displayed. In the desert. Surely it can't take that much effort to give us a snowy landscape or a vertical slice from the new map for them to be stood in. This to me screamed half-baked, low effort and had me nervous for what was on offer here. So with this winter update, the main new additions to the game are the new objective map, the Assault on Thake Stronghold, the new weapon, the Quarterstaff, and the inclusion of a new battle pass, now being dubbed Campaigns? Okay, first things first, the new objective map, the Assault on Thake Stronghold. It's amazing. From the colour palette, the visual representation, the lighting, the sounds, this map is a stellar addition to the game and once again is a true reflection of the talent of Borne. This particular siege benefits from increased verticality, opening up new opportunities for some epic medieval encounters. I've had nothing but fun on this map since its inclusion. Hats off to the devs who created this beauty. The new pickups are amazing too, from taxidermy in the form of bears and deers to killing folk with legs of meat. It's something I never knew I needed in my life until I experienced it.
Patrol bridge is almost open! Keep control of those... Go!
I'll smack them down for you! I've come to kill you! Come and get a beating! For Agatha! For the crossed lion! Lord their Agatha! Don't let them get shot!
I'll have a video out in the coming days in my usual format, showcasing just how epic this siege can be, so stay tuned for that. The second major addition in this update was the new weapon, the Quarterstaff. I haven't spent a great deal of time with this weapon, but my early impressions are that it's okay, nothing to shout about, certainly on console when encountering PC players with meta weapons. It's far from suitable, but it can be fun to bat people around for a change of style. You will have the most fun when challenging another Quarterstaff player. The back and forth can feel dynamic and rewarding when you outmaneuver your opponent with that trusty bog to the dome. I've got some ridiculous Quarterstaff duels coming soon, so stay tuned on the channel. The last major addition in this winter update was the inclusion of a battle pass, which for Chivalry has been dubbed Campaigns. This is by far the most polarizing topic in Chivalry right now. For 15 months we've been promised cross-chat parties and friend mechanics for different platforms to truly unlock the full potential of crossplay, which was advertised at launch. This has been protested since day one within the community, yet we are still waiting. At this point guys, I'm under the assumption it's likely never coming. So with this being said, once again, we are not giving cross-chat, but instead, a battle pass, which literally nobody in this sphere asked for. It seems the new cosmetics that were added this update are behind a paywall in this battle pass, rather than unlockable by in-game gold, akin to every other update since launch. This feels like a change in direction for Chivalry, and not a change for the better, in my opinion. It seems the monetization is really ramping up. There's even a new gladiator character skin locked behind a bundle paywall. It cannot be earned in-game. Now I'm not entirely against extra cosmetics for purchase to support the game further, but if you're going to commit to this kind of behaviour, there has to be a bit more effort. While the skin itself actually looks pretty awesome, there is no Agatha or Tenosian equivalent, literally just Mason. If you want to play as a female, that's cool, but fully expect to have a male body. The fact there's no slight variation for the female options is just lazy. Or maybe Torn Banner are trying to be progressive in today's times. Sadly though, the straw that breaks the camel's back for me is the new voiceover for this skin. Now bear in mind, this is a gladiator skin in a medieval period, so there was some great potential here to have something epic, and what was actually included had me in fucking disbelief.
One teabag coming up. One teabag coming up. Let's roll. Let's go, baby. You like what you see? I see you looking. Let's bust some skulls. Yeah, soak me in. Let's roll. One teabag coming up.
What in the actual fuck is that? Teabag coming up. Teabag coming up. My bad. My bad. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? Great way to break your immersion out of the medieval setting. I mean, if you're gonna travel down this road, why not at least make it funny and memorable? Like, get Sam Jackson in.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
No excuses, no excuses. Oh, I hit that. Get that. Oh,
I'm still alive, motherfucker!
get that. My bad. Damn, my bad.
Are we gonna see the champion of Falmire get replaced by Neymar next? I've heard that's all the rage these days. What's the true direction going forward? First, Chivalry was released on the Game Pass, which was great for the population base, but gave a false impression this is a free-to-play game, when the rest of us pay full price. Now, new content is locked behind Battle Pass paywalls, and you've got voiceovers like this.
One teabag
What
coming up.
demographic or audience are they trying to appeal to? Why does it feel like we're being forced into another free-to-play mobile-like type live service? These are usually all of the early warning signs that depicts a rather different future for Chivalry than I had envisioned. I was hoping at least my favourite medieval game will be free from today's industry live service model, but I guess these are the first steps in that direction. And calling it campaigns is patronising. There's no lore in here, there's no story. I get what you're trying to say with the battle campaign, but it's your bog standard battle pass like we've been indoctrinated into the last decade plus. Not to mention you can't even earn enough crowns return upon completion to purchase the next one, if there is to be another. This is definitely a community divider. Some will love it, others won't give a shit either way, and the rest of us are disappointed this is even a thing in Chivalry. If implemented more successfully, maybe it could prove beneficial, but in its current state, I'm not sold, and I'm worried it's a precursor to the business model going forward. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this topic. Do you want this to be the only way you unlock new armors going forward? It must also be mentioned that this update didn't launch in the smoothest of manners. For the first 24 hours, the XP mechanic was totally broken, so despite having purchased the Battle Pass, you couldn't make a dent in it for the first day, or level up whatsoever for that matter. I grinded for around 6 hours to collect footage for upcoming content and didn't get a bean of XP in game for my effort. This was the case across all platforms, and left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, destroying first impressions for most. There was no in-game notification or server notice to explain what was happening, so players were left thinking this was actually the new intentional XP grind, now there's a battle pass. It was a total shit show. As I said, Torn Banner did patch it 24 hours later, but sadly all of the XP players lost during this period was not retroactively added, so the ball was dropped big time on this one. How can this happen? Amazes me. It also needs to be mentioned that Chivalry 2 on last gen is still extremely unstable. It's likely this update was one too many on that aging architecture. I've experienced firsthand the pains of trying to love this game despite continuous crashes, and some of my subs who are still supporting the game on last gen are having an increasingly unplayable experience. This winter update only served more woes for them, so hopefully Torn Banner don't neglect their loyal player base and can stabilise their product if they continue to sell it on those platforms. Lastly, there is still a small cosmetic glitch that still persists upon your first spawn with your weapons and shield, but you can reset this by simply unequipping and equipping your gear, or it will happen automatically upon your first death. This is extremely minor, and if it's the only cosmetic bug we have to live with, when compared to pre-update, I can live with it. There are obviously other changes with balancing in this update, but I just wanted to cover the biggest new additions. As far as gameplay is concerned, at least on my platform, the PS5, I've had an absolute blast so far. I love the new map, it's a refreshing and fitting environment to the game, and my overall impressions are positive. Let's just keep an eye on these monetary systems intruding in our experience. We get it, Torn Banner execs. Tripwire, you want money. Just please be smart, not greedy. Don't destroy your ecosystem for profit. That shit will turn toxic so fast, like other games. Anyhow, that's just what I think. What do you guys think about the update and the Battle Pass? Let me know in the comments below. I've got lots more Chivalry content on the way, featuring the assault on Fake Stronghold in all its glory. So please smash that like button, subscribe if you're new in these parts, but most importantly, stay safe and have a great day.
I